So you can find a comfortable seat where your back is upright. So maybe scoot forward a little bit, feet flat. And your arms can be relaxed in your lap or by your sides, and you can either close your eyes or take a soft gaze. And I often feel like these first few moments are the most important, just taking the time to slow down and arrive fully. Feeling that you are here, your feet on the floor, feeling where you touch the chair. Where your hands are resting on each other or your lap. And feeling that you are breathing, and you can even slow it down and deepen it so it's a little bit more audible, more sensation. These incredible minds we have can go off into imagination and future and past and fantasy. So incredible, and it can be useful to consciously come back to the present moment as a practice. So for this next little bit of time, that might even be the main focus, to just be here with what's happening now. And that part of that practice is noticing when you veer, noticing when your mind gets off on some thought tangent, and then just lovingly inviting yourself back. What's happening in this moment, in this body now? And you're welcome to keep your eyes closed or open them as it's useful for you. So let's start with a little tapping. So you can bring your hands into light fists and just tap your legs. You can move through the outsides, the fronts, kind of turn out your feet, the insides. If you can reach your hamstrings and calves, the backs, just patting all the soft parts of your legs, just for the purpose of bringing sensation and awareness in your body. You can go very gently on your belly, maybe a little harder on your hips, lower back, and then both arms, all the soft parts. Just bringing some physical awareness to all the parts of your body through a little touch. You can gently do your chest, your shoulders, your neck, and then use your fingertips to pat your face and head. Find the amount of pressure that feels good, so you actually are feeling. Some parts don't have a lot of sensation on their own unless they're being touched or moved. So bring sensation to all the parts. And then a good shake out through your hands. You can let the muscles of your arms shake on the bone. You can shake out one leg at a time. If you feel comfortable, you might try both arms and legs. And then come back to your breath. Come back to a nice tall spine. And we'll bring the right arm up and over for a side bend. And you can use your left hand or arm wherever it's supportive to you so that both sit bones are grounded. Really dropping down through that right sit bone so you're not falling off of it. And then reach out like a big yawn as far as you can through your right arm. And then circle your right arm back as far back as you can. Take a couple big circles. Imagine you're trying to draw the biggest circle possible while still keeping your sit bones on the floor or the chair. Finish up the circle you're on, coming to your side stretch again. And then let your head fall towards your left shoulder. And take your right arm out and down until the right shoulder really pulls down. So head is falling one way, shoulder pulling the other way. Big stretch on right side of the neck. And you might even lift or lower your chin, exploring the different parts of your neck, finding what's interesting. And then release. Let's come up and just take a couple little half circles side to side with your neck. And come back to neutral with your head, and we'll bring left arm up and over. Big yawning reach as far out as you can. So feel the skin being stretched, the muscles being stretched. And then circle your left arm back as far as you can. Exploring not just your comfortable range of motion, but the full range, all the way. What's possible? Finish up the circle you're on, coming back to your side stretch. Let your head fall towards your right shoulder, and then take the left shoulder out and down until your shoulder presses down, looking for a good stretch on the left side of the neck. And then make your way back up and drop your chin to your chest, roll it over to the other side. And take a couple circles side to side, seeing if you can even out the two sides. Feel the sensation move from one side to the other. Next time your chin is to your chest, stay there. Let's interlace fingers behind the head and then let the weight of your arms just hang. So you're not pulling on your head, but just allowing your arms to hang, stretching the back of your neck. So sit as tall as you can, right up to the base of the neck, and then head dropping. Release your arms down, head floats back up, and let's lift the shoulders up and then roll them way back and down. Take a few like this, big circles. Take your right arm up, bend it straight back on itself, so you're touching your same shoulder. Grab your elbow, and then take it back as far as you can. We all have really different bodies, so you go to your limit. Might look different than when I go to my limit. What are you feeling? What are you noticing? So sometimes the sensation in the pose triggers thoughts, and then we're off, out in thought. So just noticing that, and keep coming back to sensation. Keep coming back to your physical body, this moment now. Release, right arm up, open it out, take it across, and you can hook with your other arm. Hug it in as close as you can. Explore your limits, what's possible. As you do this, draw back through your right shoulder. Release, arm out, rotate your thumb to point down, wrap it around behind your back, so back of your hand is at your waist. Interlace fingers at the waist. Pull your knuckles around towards the front, elbows go towards one another, and then circle your right shoulder. So there may be areas that are creaky, tight, weak, uncomfortable. We want to be careful around that, not injure, but going right up to them. So we're not avoiding those things. Carefully moving towards what's tight rather than away. Keeping fingers interlaced, reach both arms back. Let this open up the chest, big upper back arch. And can stay upright or fold. And folding may be just dropping your head, or it could be coming all the way over your lap. Could be reaching arms up and back away from you, working with your body, your range of motion. And then release, come up. A few big shoulder circles up and back and down. Left arm up this time, bend it straight back on itself. Grab your elbow, take it back, dropping the ribs, drawing the belly in, and experimenting. So in the beginning, it can be useful to get a lot of detailed instruction just to figure out, like, how do I do this pose? What is going on here? But as soon as you feel ready, take the reins. There is no right or wrong way to do any of this. We all have different bodies, different needs. They're always changing, and you ultimately will know your body better than anybody else, no matter what kind of expert they may be. Release, left arm up, open it out, take it across, hook with the other arm, hug it in close. How does your breath affect the pose? Does it feel differently while you're inhaling as opposed to while you're exhaling? Let's release, arm out, thumb points down, wrap it around. This time when you go to interlace your fingers, try the other thumb on top. Most of us cross our hands the same way every time, so this is the time to do the non-dominant way. It might feel a little awkward. Elbows go towards one another. Circle your left shoulder. And you don't have to circle it any bigger than you can, but see what's possible. So we are getting to those places we may not move regularly. Keeping fingers interlaced, reach both arms back. Open up the chest, spread the ribs, send them up towards the ceiling. You can stay here or fold any amount. Can you find a position where you can let your head hang, whether you're high or low? Maybe your arms reach up and back away from you. Maybe they don't have that mobility. It's okay. Either way, you're just exploring what's possible for me here now. Release, come up. Couple of big circles. Up and back and down. And release. Good. Let's take a gentle twist. Left hand to the outside of the right knee. Right hand somewhere on the chair behind you, wherever you can comfortably reach. As you inhale, sit tall. As you exhale, rotate. Look back over your right shoulder. And then breath by breath, see if you can sit a little bit taller every inhale. And then twist a little more each exhale. And at a certain point, the work we're doing becomes very subtle. It may just be energetic, but still exploring, is there more? Keep going in this direction, but turn your head the opposite way, looking over the other shoulder like you're wringing out your spine like a towel. Release and switch gently at first. Right hand to the outside of the left knee, left hand to the chair behind you. Inhale, sit tall. Exhale, rotate, looking back. Is there more height? Is there a little deeper twist? You might imagine it. Keep going in this direction. Turn your head the opposite way, wringing out. Release. Back around to the front. Let's interlace fingers in front. And put some pressure between the arms, like you're trying to pull them apart, and you might be able to feel between the shoulder blades engaging and spreading. You could wriggle it into that space, opening up. And then release, arms out. Flex your palms. Point the fingers up towards the ceiling and reach out long through the base of your hand. Notice if you're overarching here. See if you can find neutral spines. You might even engage your abdominals. Push out through the base of the hand. Pull the fingers back towards you. And then curl fingertips down and in as strongly as you can, like you're trying to touch your fingers to your forearm. Keep reaching out and then circle your wrists. Big circles, flexing and stretching all those little muscles of the forearm. Go in both directions. Release the arms down. Maybe a little shake out there. Let's cross the right ankle above the left knee. Left foot, knee, and hip are all in line with one another. Foot under knee, hip in line with knee and foot. Sit tall. Try and drop that right knee down just as much as it will. Sit as tall as you can, and with a nice flat back, long spine, lean forward until you meet your edge. Could be right away. You could come deeper. Use your hands or elbows to support you in the way that feels good. Trying to drop that right knee down. Can you keep going towards length, towards folding, right up to your edge, and see how much you can relax when you're feeling this, whatever this is. Sit tall, extend that right leg forward, flex, and point your foot. You don't have to have your leg as high as I do. It can be lower, but try and sit tall wherever you are. Circle your ankle, a couple big circles, both directions. And then release. Get set up for the other side. Left ankle crosses over the right knee. Sit nice and tall. Lean forward, dropping that left knee as much as it will. Make sure that supporting leg is in line. Going towards length, towards folding, towards your edge, breathing there. And then release. Come up, extend the left leg forward. Try and sit tall as you do. Flex and point. Big circles. A few times one way, a few times the other way. And then release. You can take a scoot back on your chair. So now your back is resting back. And we'll take a few moments in stillness as a seated relaxation. You can find a comfortable place for your hands or arms. And close your eyes if that's comfortable, or just take a soft gaze otherwise. You might take a few extra deep exhales or even a sigh. And you can let your breath return to something natural without any effort. Allow your body to relax as much as you can. How much can you settle back into the support beneath you, behind you? And in this moment, there's nothing you need to do. There's nothing you need to move towards or away from. Can you allow yourself to just be here? Awake, alert, but with nothing to do about it, just simply being. And just like all things, practice makes things easier. Most of us were not taught the art of letting go, of surrender. Most of us have not had a lot of support to just simply be. There's a lot of emphasis on doing. So if there's any challenge in just being for you, know that that is normal. And that it gets easier with practice. And right now it's like this, whatever this is. Slowly begin to wiggle your fingers and toes, gently waking your body up again. And you can let this movement increase gradually through your wrists and ankles. Maybe take a big yawning stretch through your arms. Scoot forward on your chair again. So you're sitting nice and tall. We'll bring hands together at the heart. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me for chair yoga.